Welcome back to FIFA 19. Journey so far.
What is this actually, music?
This is some late.
Alex
But you can
and
tell me
Danny
after the
beat each
narration.
other in the final of the pre-season tournament in Japan.
Daddy's face.
This is from the crossover, Tio.
Okay.
Danny and Cardiff City stopped PSG and won the cup, with Alex finally learning what it was like to be utterly humiliated.
These freeze frames, you always pick the best ones, Dwibs.
Yeah. After the game, Alex apologised to his old teammates, finally putting their bad blood from last season behind.
Actually, we only see one being apologized.
No. Bernard's also there too.
Oh, okay.
But now our heroes are very busy. Kim getting the call up to the USA's World Cup qualifying squad.
Oh no.
Danny trying to cope with the weight of Champions League football and his poor relationship with his older brother.
Who exists now.
Remember the new guy trope, Jova.
That's two for Danny now.
And Alex finally getting his dream move to Real Madrid, even if the game somehow thought I was at Atletico.
That's the thing though, Dwibs. Technically, the invitation to Real Madrid happened as early as the end of FIFA 2018, but that got pushed back. Retcons ahoy!
What is this, a DC comic?
Yeah. Hey guys, how do you feel about the cutscene from the end of the last part again?
Why not?
Okay. Oh, this is part of the
Sorry,
recap,
I'm
isn't it?
going to be acted. Hang on, let me...
Enjoy yourself. You too. Bye.
Don't worry, I'll cut it off.
I don't know, I like the music.
It's fine. Uh-huh.
FIFA 19 is a serious crime drama.
You know, that would be interesting to see it go down there.
And then Alexander is at the bar is singing Bakamitai.
Also,
Okay,
Dwibs,
so now we get to show off our new feature. We get to pick the storyline.
Oh, it's like Persona, you have the entire calendar to go through.
Actually, I was gonna say it's kind of like Sonic Adventure, where you can literally pick up and play a campaign as much as you please, progress
Now,
it
the
as
game-
much as you want. What?
The game does give you a recommended order, but you can choose to do your own.
Well, that's pretty much my point, though. It's like, well, you can pretty much pick up and play each campaign as much as you want, but when you're done with that, you can just swap over to a new campaign, like with Sonic Adventure.
Question, Dwibs. Once you... Well, okay, I'll wait until the cutscene, sorry.
Are you gonna follow, like, the recommended order, Dwibs?
Mostly.
Okay.
Welcome. We're excited to announce the signing of Alex Hunter to a 5-year.
I guess this is an actual real guy, Casares.
No.
Okay.
Hopefully he won't get screwed over out of it like he did in the first Journey game. Seriously, what the hell, Butler?
No one Butler, it was his ex-agent.
No, I'm talking about... No, Dwibs, I'm
The
talking about...
first journey, Jova. Sorry,
Yeah.
Dwibs. Sorry.
Yeah, the first Journey. You remember how the coach Butler constantly treated Alex like he was a failure, and even after Alex blatantly won, he just traded him off.
So guys, how do you guys feel about Alex Hunter speaking Spanish?
Me gusta,
Fine.
I guess.
Que bien.
Muchas gracias.
Bienvenidos y escuchas español.
Muy gran
Sé bien.
estar aquí.
Also, ¿dónde estás mis pantalones?
Aquí. En Madrid. Con todos ustedes, el pueblo de Madrid. En el camisa de Madrid. Hala Madrid.
You know, it's a good job he didn't accidentally say "fuck Madrid" in Spanish or something.
Alex, you have
That would have
already,
not gone
shown
well.
your potential at several major clubs. But how will you handle the pressure cooker that is Real Madrid, the most famous club?
Let me guess, the answer is I just want to play
especially
fucking
the
football.
expectation from the fans to win the Champions League each year.
Let's see.
pressure just isn't something that bothers me.
The pressure
I've
never
already proved
bothered
that in
me
my
anyway.
career. Winning the Champions League, that's something that every player wants, and I fully intend to add it to my collection. I'm looking forward to proving to everyone that I am one of Europe's elite players.
Do you think you will be able to make an impression at this club, given the standard of players you will be up against?
I feel confident I can make my mark here, especially after already
FIFA
winning
18
major
result.
trophies in my career.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm ready.
Alex, one more question, please. Por favor, Alex.
Sorry, generic journalist. My time here is done.
Here, please.
Now let me show you my shirt.
You have the shirt. Now you have to earn the right to wear it.
That's fucking ominous.
Jesus,
Yeah, the right
dude.
to wear it, or we'll be using that shirt to...
Is he one of those typical guys who, of course, doubts Alex Hunter? Wasn't a good work for me at Real, and yeah.
Alex Hunter will flop at Real, mark my words. Even though I scored 80 goals. Think Alex Hunter could sink without a trace at Real Madrid. Move came too soon for him. Okay, now as we saw earlier, each hero has their own unique story. You can switch whenever you want. However, the recommended path is the optimal curated narrative experience. Switch to the recommended hero story whenever this indicator appears.
I mean, it's nice that they at least give you something of a marker so that, in a sense, you get a more fluid story. You know, like, it's sort of like how, you know, it reminds me of way, and I do mean way back when YouTube was in its infancy, how people would make quote-unquote movies of games with multiple campaigns that would essentially make it so that they fit in a chronological narrative.
Yeah, in fact, you know what? I'm bored of Alex now. Well, let's go over to Danny.
Sure. My question is, Dwibs, when you finish a campaign, like it doesn't like end the game abruptly. You can still, you know, actually go back and finish the other two on the same type of timeline.
It's divided into chapters. If you finish a chapter with one person and you carry on with that person, it simulates the result.
Okay. That is a bit. That is also a thing that will encourage you to switch at the appropriate time.
There's a reason why this playthrough is 31 parts.
So it's as opposed to
less. Remember, Jova, the previous two FIFA games have not been that long in terms of story.
To be fair, it has been a while since we last recorded the second one, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think the others averaged around like 20, is it? Like 20 or so?
Between 20 and 25, I think.
But
I love how you showed up Fury as soon as Cardiff City came up.
My guess is, so like you mentioned, there's a bit of a recap every time you go to, like, the next chapter each time, so I guess that also helps, especially if you're...
Nice to see people appreciating the Williams.
Let me guess, Butler arrives and scolds you and tells you to go back to training.
More than a bit part player this season, especially in the Champions League.
That's a bit assumptuous of you, you prick.
Personality, there you go.
Yeah.
Poolswagger nerdy.
Look, proving people wrong is what I do day in, day out.
Yeah, well, if we are being honest, though, given your form for most of last season, it's hard to imagine you proving yourself in Europe's Premier
I won the League Cup!
Yeah, seriously, fuck off, Mr. Reporter.
I guess he's saying that most of his performance, because until we took control of him, he wasn't doing that great, but still, though... Again, regardless of how most of his performance was, the fact that he turned himself around...
To be fair, some journalists in real life do ask these really dickish questions.
Some.
Like, they do it on purpose, I'm pretty sure.
What are you working for? Horse and Hound?
Alright.
Let's have a little fun and work on our long-range attempts at goal. Not much the keeper can do when you
training time.
Yay. Oh, what is this?
It's that song.
Oh, cruise theme.
No, Tio, it's from your favorite game, Terry Fencer F.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no.
Yeah. Oh my.
Yes.
Tio. Do you know how angry Pedro's gonna be when he finds out that you mistook this scene for Groos's scene, considering how much he loves Skyward Sword?
Oh man, it's been a
To
while.
be fair,
for-
it took a few seconds to kick in because the trumpet part is really the only bit I remember. So I was like, wait, I don't recognize this. Oh god, no.
And
the
then
memories
the
just
memories.
flooding.
I knew you guys would love that.
You're welcome.
You know, okay. You know, I think it says something though that traumatized Shiro and Tio more than the tea time theme did these days. Well, again, that's
Like I already told you, Joe, I actually evaluated Time and Eternity for a lot of aspects. Not entirely, but a lot of aspects.
Yeah,
Well,
and also Time and Eternity is nowhere near as offensive as
Yeah, that too.
It's like
that thing.
It's like I've said, guys. Remember when Time and Eternity was considered the worst game we've ever commentated
It's a shonen.
on?
It's a shonen
Okay,
anime, Jova. There's always a bigger villain.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm bored of Danny. Let's go with a bit of Kim.
Was this...
Playing on a Switch.
Wait, hold on. That's the same way Danny started, except now with the laptop. What the... Was she also
Okay,
playing
basically,
on a Switch?
These little cutscenes are just for the transition.
Ah, okay,
Oh, I see.
makes sense.
Well, you
Adventure
know...
Boo.
Okay, you know,
Adventure
I mean...
Boo.
It's a nice little extra added detail here and there. Kudos.
Oh yeah, that's my favourite novel, adventure book.
I will say this.
It's right up there next to visual novel
And health.
and horror story.
I will say this. I am surprised that EA, well, maybe it wasn't EA themselves, but I am surprised that they actually did choose to end the journey. Like, you know, like, knowing a company like EA, you'd have expected that they
I
would
get the
have...
idea. I get the idea, but after the second season, we thought they might. It was kind of running a bit out of steam, so we thought we'll just keep it a trilogy at least for Alex Hunter and his friends. I can still dig the idea. I can still dig the idea they might revisit this in the future with a different set of characters. I can totally dig that, but again, I kind of like the idea of this just being a conclusive trilogy on its own.
That's the thing, though. I'm surprised that something given by EA, of all things, knew when to stop and not, you know, constantly run into fumes.
Well, now we've got and in place of this, we've got Not Quite FIFA Street.
Mm-hmm. Also, Joe, that's also the kind of the problem because we don't know actually. We don't really have a way to know how was the response towards just the journey segments because FIFA games being very attractive to a casual type of audience means that the feedback is not as precise as you might want to have with, say, for example, a shooter that has a story mode.
I know that in regards to FIFA 18, the reason they brought back the journey was because of positive reception to the story mode there, but yeah, I don't recall hearing how the story was, received regarding FIFA 18 or FIFA 19. Like, I assume that by FIFA 19,
Let me see
regardless,
if Wikipedia tells me at least something about it.
I assume that by FIFA 19, they clearly...
Wait. Sorry, hang on. I really don't rate Williams as a striker. Did everyone forget he won the League Cup the previous season?
Right, listen up, ladies. Today is about being a competitor. We're already through to France. Yeah. All right, but today we have to play Canada. And they're going to be hungry.
For maple syrup?
Because they've only ever beat us 3 times. Last time was in
technically, by the circumstance of this, I recall the USA women's soccer team won the Women's World Cup like twice in a row at this point.
A partnership that produces goals. Let's not let
I recall one of the times we kicked England's ass. Sorry, Dwibs.
Well,
and the other time we avenged the UK by beating Japan, who had kicked their butts, and winning the World Cup. Then you're welcome.
Oh, poor Captain Tsubasa.
Yeah, we'll get our own back of our own actually.
With blackjack
Anyway,
and hookers.
So yeah, basically, it's the US versus Canada in the final qualifying match for the Women's World Cup. already there, but basically this is all for pride.
Yeah, I can tell you this. Oh, sorry, after the cutscene.
Ready?
Let's go, ladies! Run hard, fear nobody!
Hey,
Fear is for the weak,
here's the mind killer.
and we will eat them alive. Again, she's only 16 and already in a World Cup game. Her dad must be
Pressure.
It's a
proud.
qualifying game, this one.
Well, yeah, but a World Cup qualifying
Welcome
team
to you all
still.
to the Stub Hub Centre. I'm Martin Tyler, Alan Smith alongside me, as always. And the match today, the
Anyway,
USA
no,
take on
Dwibs,
Canada.
sadly,
Final
it's not
qualifier
stated
for
for
the Women's
any
World Cup.
of the
It
3
should be
games included
fascinating.
during what was the
We've got a bit of
reception
edge
towards
as
it
well.
Yeah,
specifically.
there's always been a little bit of
Bit of a
movement
shame, I really
between these
wanted
two
to know
teams.
what, other
Each
people
player's getting
thought
a
about
chance to
this,
show
and
what they can
to be
do.
fair, I
So
don't
it's
think
interesting.
there's
USA
any
are going
major,
about their business today with a
YouTuber
slightly
that
new
actually has
formation.
reviewed the
Two up
journey.
front.
I'll
Alex
try to look it up in
Morgan
between parts, why
with
not?
youngster Kim
Alright,
Hunter.
guys,
Well,
it's
if
time
they
for the
can hit it
national
off, I mean,
anthems.
that's sending a strong message to the manager ahead of the World Cup finals in France. So it'll be fascinating to see if they can actually gel. Do they suit each other's games?
Love that song.
And now, coming up, the Canadian national anthem.
Okay.
It's a fang.
Okay, now I'm searching here outside of IGN. I don't seem to find many particular YouTubers who review the journey. There are only 2. Only
Hey,
2 or 3.
Kim's got a goal.
Of course. There are only 2 or 3, and they all seem to be saying that this last bit is apparently badly written, but I'll wait to see till the end of it.
When you say last bit, do you mean like this last chapter?
The journey portion in FIFA 19.
Well, okay, I will say I do.
I can tell you this, Java, the way the videos are made, it seems standard clickbait.
Okay, I'll say this. Like I said, I don't find the story bad so far, but I have found it to have a lot of eyebrow-raising stuff that is just weird in some regards. Like I mentioned, this one feels so far the loosest in regards to continuity. Yeah, for some unavoidable problems, sure, but for other ones that are just baffling. And again, I get adding stuff for Danny here, although I'll admit it does definitely feel a lot like they're resorting a little too much on Remember the New Guy here without properly introducing them.
Uh-oh.
God damn it.
Yellow.
Oh, without question.
At least it's not for Kim.
These days, going off your feet like that is running the risk.
Yeah, what I told you about chopping people's legs.
So, and it was a poor tackle. It was badly timed.
Well, hey. It was
What?
yellow.
Keep doing it again and you may get a red one.
There's literally no one getting the ball.
It was just to get it away from.
Progress, giving it straight away. To Buchanan.
Yoink.
Hunter.
Who's that
Yeah,
to?
there's no one. Leaves don't chop the legs of the goalkeeper.
Oh, thank you very much, Canadian player.
Hat trick.
Hero. More like heroine, but... Why don't cry, Kim? Come on.
Well, what a sweet moment for her. A hat-trick.
And every single one was beautifully taken. No wonder she's got a big smile on her face.
She was crying. What smile are you talking about?
Well,
I mean, happy tears are a thing.
Yeah.
Tell that to Princess Elisa.
Well, thankfully Kim doesn't have tears that will kill us all.
Well, unleashing a monstrosity of fire.
Now we're in the second half.
Oh, that's a fantastic goal.
Really late in the second half. Yeah, these matches are really eventful.
Well
Well, if it
done.
wasn't wrapped up before,
I still
Alan, it
don't
certainly
understand
is
how
now.
she never
Yeah, no
cried
mercy
once
from
in
this
her
side.
life
Thinking
before
about
that
goal
moment.
difference, I think,
Especially about her father's death.
Like, even
Yeah.
Shadow, the self-named badass, shed tears in his debut game. You're telling me that this emotional wreck who got sad over a hedgehog she had met for, like,
Simple
less
save
than
from
3
an
days?
ambitious
Pretty much.
Somehow never cried, not even over her own father dying, her people suffering.
Cutscene.
Alright, here we
Enjoy it,
go.
Hunter. You won't be so lucky in France.
Seriously? We just beat you, Tremblay.
Keep quiet.
What are you, her mummy?
Real costly.
What's your problem?
She's going to be a recurring character.
And fucking tastic.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, she's a bitch, really.
No, I couldn't have told.
What tip? Well, I wonder what
Petty.
tipped me.
Petty, snooty, has a superiority complex.
Of course.
So she's an original
We
character.
kind of got that
isn't
within
she?
like the couple of sentences she said. Like, damn.
Yeah. Let me guess, she's an original character made for this game.
Yeah.
Basically, female
it
Garrett.
wouldn't be a good. I mean, it wouldn't be a good look on the writer's part if they took an actual player and made the character out of them being.
I'm
much.
just
That's-
saying. I am thankful that nobody went for the low-hanging fruit regarding Amy Wombat.
Who?
You know, from Women's USA World Cup team.
Again, I'm not being American or following women's football that much.
Huh. So, does everyone get their own antagonist to deal with in their respective campaigns?
Yes. Well, maybe not Alex, but
Huh.
Alex has issues of wanting to prove himself at a top club like Real Madrid.
Again. Yeah, I mean, okay, you know, to be
Instead
fair...
of just being a mascot.
To be fair, yeah, it is Real Madrid and it is his dream and all that, so fair enough here and there.
Alright, so that was Kim getting off to a bright start with the US women's team on a competitive level at least. So join us in the next part where we begin Alex and Danny's journeys in earnest.
Alright then, see you then.
See ya.
See ya.